Welcome to 10 Minutes Today. I do the intro way better, and that is Jake, and I'm Matej. It was supposed to flow way smoother than that.
You did a horrible job.
Follow us, and like us, and share us, and pop
This is why you don't do
Twitter.
the intro. What's our topic today?
We're talking about Salvador Dali. And not about his beautiful paintings.
Are they beautiful?
They're pretty cool. Some of them are pretty sweet. I was looking at the top 7, like his 7 most expensive paintings today, just because I wanted to see how much this chick is going for. And they're pretty sweet.
Okay.
Anyways,
He's an impressionist. That's all I really know.
No, surrealism.
Oh, he's surrealism? I thought it was impressionism.
Look at his fucking mustache. Anyways.
He
died
painted,
in 1989.
clocks.
He had no kids with his wife. And apparently, this woman is kind of crawling out from under a rock and saying, hey, my mom was Dali's maid in 54. They did it. I was born in 55. Dali's my daddy.
And there is literally enough money in this situation where they are saying, let's quite literally dig him up.
Dig him up.
And do a test.
Yes, a paternity test.
Paternity test.
So a judge has granted access to this woman. Well, not to the woman, but to dig up.
Yeah.
This lady's name is Maria Pilar Abal Martinez, who is a tarot card reader. Let me just point that out. So I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but I just thought I would say that. So Dali's top 7 most expensive paintings combined are worth $71 million. Just 7 of them. One of them making up like
that's actually not as much as I thought it would be.
I thought it would be more too.
I thought it would be more too.
But again, that's only 7 of them. So you add up all his. I'm sure his estate is worth quite a bit. Fun fact: his estate is actually owned by the Spanish government right now
because he had no one to give it to.
He had no one to give it to, and so he willed it to the government, and so they have it.
Well, so okay. I need to interject here. Sure. I have a problem with this. So,
side note, she said the only thing I'm missing is a mustache because apparently she thinks she looks like him.
Does she?
A little bit. I'll post a picture right here.
I haven't seen her before, and I still can't see her. I have a problem with this because if I truly, truly bbbelieve your mother didn't just tell you right now, like last week.
No. Apparently, she's been telling her for a long time.
Right. So you've known for 30 years that you're Salvador Dali's
daughter.
Or more.
She was born in 55. So.
But I'm saying your mom told you when you were 20. She didn't tell you when you were 4 years old.
Okay, fair.
That's your daddy. Or well, she's Spanish. She didn't have that accent, but you know what I'm saying.
That's your daddy.
He's your daddy. But now. Mm-hmm. You want them to dig up this man's body to be tested because obviously they were able to prove your mother was his maid.
Yeah. So
but that doesn't mean, dude, that is way too much of a violation of rights, and he didn't know about you, so he left it in his will that everything goes to the Spanish government. Yeah. I don't think they should have the legal authority to overthrow that 50 years after his death, when you're in your 50s, even if she is his daughter.
To be fair, he died in 89.
Okay.
She started making that claim first.
It's almost 30 years ago.
She had started making that claim first back in 2005. So in 2007, they had 2 paternity tests using a face mask or something. I guess they found hair follicles or something that they could use.
And it came back positive.
It came back inconclusive.
Okay.
So they're saying, okay, well, that's inconclusive. We've done 2 of them. So
both came back inconclusive.
Let's dig him up and see if you're his daughter.
This is the problem I have, though, is it's not yours. I'm sorry. You might be his daughter biologically, but it's not yours.
Well, I mean, it would be.
But this is the thing is, if he knew you existed, he could have chosen not to give it to you.
Sure.
Now he doesn't have that right, and his wife doesn't have that right.
Well, I think she's probably dead, too.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. His wife is probably dead.
Well, and I'm sure she would.
But that's what I'm saying. You're missing the point, Matej.
Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing.
The 2 of them, he would have been maybe he would have given a shit. I don't know him.
Yeah, I guess we can't speak for them.
But you can't retroactively be you know what? Your daddy would have loved you and given you millions of dollars.
Yeah. I guess you don't have a right to it as a child,
you can get
right?
is like, and there was no such thing as child support in the 50s. So it's not even like in the modern day where you can be like, the only thing we could give you is what he would have paid in child support. Because
you know what though too,
but he wasn't even he was not wealthy.
No, he was
until late. Not early in his life.
No.
It wasn't
before
until
he died,
later in his life.
He's one of the few artists that were actually wealthy while they lived.
Yeah, but it was later. Like he was in his 40s and 50s when he actually started. Like he came from a wealthy family, if I recall. But
I don't know.
But he wasn't like who he was until much later, because he started doing commission work for the. For wealthy Spaniards and people like
so
I think he did a painting of English royalty or French and stuff like that.
One of the things that is good luck to this woman, even if she ends up being his daughter and getting the money. So I was reading the article. It was saying something to the effect of she'll have to legally change her name to Dali as her last name, even if like he is her father, to be able to get anything from
Spanish laws.
I guess so. It's something like that to get any of it. But
whatever.
As I said before,
big deal.
No, yeah, big deal because the Spanish government owns the estate. So good luck getting the fucking paperwork put through. It's not going to be easy. The government's not just going to be like, yeah, here's.
But at the same time, this is such a big story that they can't fuck around with it.
I guess
it's one of those things that like the next day she's getting that name.
You
change.
think so?
Yeah. The Spanish government doesn't care about $100 million. Dude.
That's fair. It's not that much money.
And the other thing too is,
I mean, she wouldn't.
That's
get all
what
of it
his
anyways.
paintings were sold for, right?
Yeah. I don't know what his estate's worth. I looked it up and I couldn't find it. But that's the thing, is like his
estate is not worth, because those were probably not sold by his estate. Those were, he sold those paintings or had them commissioned back in the day, and now like clocks was not owned by his estate when it was sold. I think it's at the MoMA. It was not owned by it. I don't know if they own it, but that's where at least I saw it.
But his estate would be worth the money because it sold it, right?
But
they would have the money.
But that's what I'm saying is if his estate sold it for $60 million, then that's what it's worth. But if clocks, because I have no idea, if it was commissioned during his life, he painted it for a Spaniard, and then they sold it for $75 million, it's not his estate's money.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like he's rich. His paintings like clocks and elephants are probably right now could go for $100 million. But that's not her money.
They're not that high, actually. Clocks actually isn't one of his most expensive ones. No, it's actually like 6 or 7 on the list. The most expensive one is one I had never actually seen before, and it's worth like $30 million only. I was surprised it wasn't
The Great Masturbator.
Yeah,
that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, they're great. Like his titles and his paintings are actually really cool. I didn't look into him a lot.
Oh yeah, Swans.
I've known him and I've known his stuff before, but
I think we did stuff on him in
I think
high
we did.
school.
I'm pretty sure we did.
But ultimately, it's, in my opinion, it's too late. Like, dude, like, think about this, right? If I had a kid right now that I didn't know about.
Sure.
And I die, and then I never have kids.
Yep.
I, leave my stuff to who the hell ever, who I choose. Yeah, I leave, well, it would be your kids, because you'd be dead.
Sweet.
So I leave my stuff to your kids, and someone comes out 70 or 50 years from now and is like, hey, that's actually mine. Fuck you, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you might not be the mother that chose never to tell me that it was your kid, but your mom chose to do that.
Yeah.
It is not yours. Like, you are biologically might be his child, but like, you're not his daughter. That ain't your daddy.
Well, I mean, initially I was thinking like, okay, if there's blood relation, I guess she's entitled to it, but through talking, I'm realizing kids aren't really entitled to anything.
No,
unless
you leave it to them.
Yeah, unless you leave it to them. It's
like
not like
rich
a wife.
People
it's
all
not like
the
a
time.
wife, right? Where like they like technically own 50% of your shit.
Yeah, and you can't
husband.
Your kids are like, and if they're under 18, there's certain things that they automatically get.
Yeah.
If they're over 18 and you have a will that specifically says it's not going to them, it's not going to them. A lot. Like,
interesting.
Famously, Elton John and his husband, I don't know who it is, but it is a famous guy. They're leaving like very little to their kids. Their kids are each getting like a few $1 million.
Yeah, he does the same
Gordon
kind of thing.
Ramsay's doing the same thing.
And shit.
Yeah, and
it's great.
And like, it's a it's genuinely not hers, in my opinion, and it should not be, even if it comes back positive. Like what the hell did he say? Like, he might be your father, but it wasn't your daddy.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, and come back every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Peace out.
Right here on YouTube.